Hi there, welcome to this episode. In today's episode, we are going to see about the batteries, its maintenance, and what is meant by taking the equipments on and off load. Before going into this topic, we should understand the main sources of power that is available in a vessel. One is, of course, the main generator, which will be about 3 or 4 in numbers, with each being about 1000 kilowatts in capacity, with 220 or 440 or 140 volt, 110 volts. And the second will be the emergency power supply, which became mandatory for all the vessels built after 1995 as per SOLAS convention. And the third one, we have two branches. One is the General Electric battery supply or the reserve source, which supplies lighting to the emergency lights in the cabins, the alleyways, etc. And the one is we have is a dedicated power supply or the reserve source for the GMDSS batteries. Now we all know the emergency power supply or the emergency generator will be less in capacity, and it will be about say 90 or 100 kilowatts. And this became mandatory only after the 1995 SOLAS convention, as per SOLAS. So when we are talking about GMDSS, why do we need a separate power supply or a reserve source of energy? And what is the regulation says? The regulation says that if a vessel is fitted with an emergency source of power supply or an emergency generator, the battery should be in a position to operate the GMDSS equipments like your VHF, VHF DSC, MF, MFHF DSC, and your SATCOM C for a period of not less than 1 hour. And if it is not there, if the emergency generator is not available on board the shore, then it should be capable of operating the GMDS equipment for a period of not less than 6 hours. Having said this, how we are going to ensure that the batteries are in a good condition? Just by switching off your AC tripper and putting the equipment on DC does not mean that the batteries are coming into the load. We also should understand that the batteries are rated by the ampere hour by which they can discharge their current. So, what does it mean by taking the battery on load? A very important question most of the people fail to understand, and being asked in the exams also. Putting on the on load means that one, you're bringing the equipments to be operated through the battery, but does it mean that the battery is going to drain the current? No. In VHF and in MFHF, or for that matter in SATCOM C, unless there is a transmission taking place, the power drain from the battery will not be there. The current drain from the battery will not be there. So what we should do? We should make sure that there is some sort of a transmission taking place from all these equipments so that the battery current is drained. In VHF, what we do is we tune the equipment to a particular channel, say channel 16, press the PTT pressel switch in the handset, and watch for the meter in the battery charger panel. Similarly, we do with the MFHF also in RT, radio telephony. And in VHF DSC or MFHF DSC, you can initiate a DSC call and to see what is the battery drain in that particular time of transmission. And if you have an NBDP, this will be a better option to connect the NBDP to a shore station and then watch out the battery drain. This is going to take some time, but it will give you a real indication whether the battery is in good state or not. Then coming to the SATCOM C, operate the equipment on DC, initiate a PV test or a performance verification test, which should take about 15-20 minutes for you to get the result. And once you get the performance test, that will be quite an enough time to say that the battery has drained out the power. This is the best way of calculating the efficiency of the battery. Having said this, now what are the tests we have done, we have to do. Nowadays, the batteries are all SMF, which means sealed maintenance free batteries. So there is nothing much you can do about it. But you can still check the voltages across the terminals. Normally, a battery is for GMDS as a battery bank of 2 batteries is about 2 cells is about 24 volts DC. Check the voltage across the terminals. If you get 24 volts, that should give you a fair indication that the battery is working fine. If possible, you can even check the specific gravity of the distilled water inside the battery, and the specific gravity should be anywhere close to 1250, 1210, etc. If it is close to that, the equipment is fine. If not, you need to add distilled water. Add distilled water, put the battery in charge. You need not put the battery in charge. Once you switch on both the AC and DC, the diagram or the wiring is done in such a way that the emergency generator or the main generator charges the battery through the battery charger panel and then supplies their GMDS's equipments the required power. Having done all this, how are we going to record? Every week, on a daily basis, you need to put the equipments on load, note down the reading. There is a specific battery reading, battery check section in your GMDSS logbook. On a daily basis, you have to write down your specific gravity. You have to write down the voltage before and after charge, and how long the battery has been put on load, etc., etc., etc. And there is another best method of testing the battery, and that is during a capacity test. Now, how do you do a capacity test? You need some additional instruments for this, like you need a 100-watt bulb, 600-watt DC bulb connected in series, and then you make a box of that with the holders, wiring, etc., 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 and then connect the terminals to the battery terminals, positive and the negative. What happens? If the battery is fully charged and if it is in good condition, the bulbs start in a very bright manner. Note down the time, note down the voltage, note down the specific gravity, and every 15 minutes, you repeat the same process if you have an emergency generator. So at the end of 1 hour, you would have done 4 readings, and if the battery is good, the battery will still be bright, the bulb will still be bright. But if the battery is not so good, the intensity of the brightness will gradually reduce, with which you can identify whether the battery is good or bad. Apart from this, what does the IMO and the SOLAS say with respect to the power supplies? The GMDS's batteries has to be replaced once in 3 years, period. No questions asked. You might say, my battery is good, I'm maintaining it, I'm doing this, I'm doing masalas, everything, but no issues. As per the SOLAS convention, if your GMDS's batteries is more than 3 years old, you have to change it. And the documentary evidence of the warranty card and the supplier invoice, everything has to be retained on board as a proof that the battery has been changed. This is very, very important. So next time when you undergo a radio survey, make sure that these points are being kept in mind, and do accordingly to pass on your survey. Thanks for watching this channel. Keep watching for more videos and spread the word for the benefit of others. Thank you.